Thank you. Okay, we're going to talk about how to boost your motivation with plants. We are going to talk a little bit about motivation in nature. We are going to understand plants' needs. We are going to learn how to choose the right plant, not only for your workspace, but also for your lifestyle. And we're going to learn some basic styling techniques to organize your workspace. My name is Taio, as he said. I am an architect, landscape designer, CEO, and founder of Flesh Lemonade Gardens, the place where I help busy people just like you set up their gardens in small spaces. For me, it's very important that those gardens are beautiful, productive, and effortless. I am also a bit nervous and sweating, so if you see the mic falling down, don't mind. Okay, let's start right with the motivation in nature. I wanted to start with this phrase that took from a scientific research made by the University of Minnesota. And they said that environments can increase and reduce stress. So whatever we are seeing, hearing, and experiencing at any moment is changing our mood and how our nervous system is working. Doctors in Japan prescribe something they call forest bath just as a part of their daily routines. And the thing is that we are all surrounded by distractions, and those distractions can be, it's mainly technology, but it's also objects. Like everything around us is modifying our mood and can increase or decrease our stress. Without going that far, the whole world lived a lockdown, and we all felt isolated, and at some point we all felt like we needed to go outside and take a breath of fresh air. And I think that was our inner nature calling for help, right? So of course, being around nature, it's going to make us feel calm, at ease, and it's like our little comfort zone. It doesn't matter if you're super outdoorsy. I am not. I hate mosquitoes, but it's something around being those big trees or even the sea or whatever that is greater than you that makes you feel comfortable and at ease because no one is judging you in those spaces. You are somehow part of that greatness, and that makes us feel powerful, right? Okay, so now there's two sections. We're going to talk about plants, and then we're going to understand how to organize our space. So right now we're going to understand plants' needs, and plants, just like humans, need a specific environment to thrive and be happy. And that environment requires good light, good temperature, water, which in our case would be wine. I don't know. And very good soil, which in our case would be food. The right plant in the right place. I want this phrase to really get to you because not killing your plants, it's not about having the green thumb or having a good luck with plants. Not killing your plants means to put the right plant in the right place, and that is what we are going to see right now. The most important thing for me, for you to take from this talk, is that you understand the light of your space. That way, you will know what to look for in a nursery, for example. And that way, your plants will thrive in your space. So here we have an image of a room divided in 3 sections. We have bright light, medium light, and medium to low light. Bright light, it's what's right next to that light source. So everything that's in front of a window that gets direct sun rays, glass door, or everything that gets direct sun rays for many hours during the day. Medium light, it's whatever the space that it's bright in your room, but doesn't get direct rays of sun during the day, or maybe just a little bit as we see here, but it's like you're not working with the sun right in your face. And medium to low light, it's whatever it's on the opposite side of the light source. So it's very common that all of our rooms or many of our rooms have medium to low light, and that is fine because many things will thrive in those spaces. Remember that Houseplants are plants normally that grow in the tropical forest under the shade of the trees, so they don't get that much of a light. So if you have a medium to low light, many things will grow in your space, so don't you worry about it. This is important, again, so you can understand what is it that you have in your room, and then you go to a nursery and you say, okay, I have a bright light space, so I want to buy a plant that will thrive in that space. And that is the main thing that you need to know to not kill your plants. This is a more realistic example of bright light, medium light, and low light. Okay, I said that plants have likes and dislikes, so we already talked about light. You are going to identify the light exposure at your workspace. And what's the second thing more important to me right now that you take is whenever you're going to buy a plant, make sure that that container has drainage holes. So you don't get water sitting on the roots and then you're going to have a root rot, and we don't want that, and that is another cause of killing plants or plants dying. Oh, sorry. Okay. Now we know how to choose what is the right plant for your workspace, but now I want you to choose the right plant for your lifestyle too. Remember, we're talking about a workspace, so if you have many plants and you need to like 3 hours to water them or to take care of them, it's going to be too much and you're not going to be working at all. So remember to honor your lifestyle before bringing living things to your space. For those who are new with plants, I would recommend to start small. And starting small doesn't mean that you are going to start with one tiny plant. Starting small, it's going to mean that you're going to buy 1 or 2 plants. You're going to understand that plant, how that plant behaves in your space, and from there you're going to add more plants. This is an example of a small workspace at home, and this is more of an urban jungle style. That means that it has many plants to make it more natural, and actually this is a nice amount of plants. We want plants, we want nature in our space also to take care of them. We are going to look for them, and we're going to make it like a small ritual to take care of ourselves too. These are more minimalistic ways to add plants to your space, and plants are going to be part of our decoration. So remember to treat them like art. Choose big plants, amazing leaves, different colors, different textures, anything that you see and you love, that of course goes with the light that you have at home. And start with that and see how it goes. Pick the ones with a little bit of structure, something that makes you feel good and that represents you, that is going to go very well in your space. Okay, I wanted to give you a short list of plants that you can totally use to, or you can start with these plants. They're going to go well in medium light, but they will tolerate low light or bright light. I have them all, almost. The ZZ plant, this one I don't have. This is the only one that I don't have. It's very interesting because it's going to give a lot of structure, and it's like upright and falling at the same time. It's very interesting, and it tolerates like all the lights, and it's very easy to care. Monstera deliciosa, you already know it somehow. It's very trendy right now. Just one thing to remember, that this plant is going to go wide, and it's going to be a climber, so it will need support. And this is a mature leaf of a monstera. So a baby monstera looks like this. So don't you worry if your plant doesn't have those amazing holes. It just means that it's a baby. Or if you have it in your house for a long time, it probably means that it needs more light. Spider plant. This is amazing to hang on the ceiling or on top, like higher places, like a bookshelf or hanging in the ceiling, and it reproduces very fast. So you're going to have many babies of this plant. Devil's ivy. This is a falling plant and also a crawling plant, so you can use it as you wish. And it comes in many colors. So this is one of the things that I really like about nature. Is like you can choose whatever you'd like. There's options for everyone. This plant does not exist anymore. This is the best. What should I do? Next, okay, snake plant. It's a nice, beautiful plant. Okay. Now we're going to the part where we are going to actually organize our space. It should have been there, a picture, but okay. I wanted to say that before adding plants to your space, you should make sure to declutter and organize your space. Sorry. Let's see. Should I keep? Okay. Entertain. I don't know what to say. Well, anyways, I keep talking. Like adding living plants to your space is not the ultimate solution if you have an unorganized space. So make sure you clean and organize. And I don't know if you've heard of Marie Kondo, do whatever she says. Okay, great. Okay. So yeah, the idea is to clean first your space and pick whatever is that you're going to like the basic. What do you need? A desk, a chair, and maybe a bookshelf, and that is it. And from there, start adding new things. I am a minimalistic, so I prefer to have the less things, the better. And I also use my working equipment as decoration. So nowadays computers are also beautiful and the lines are beautiful. So make sure everything you use has a space in your desk and it's like a designated space. And sorry. And that it's going to make part of the decoration too. Okay. Okay, that is the snake plant. Good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Also, remember that a new space can be totally designed with the things that you already have, so that there's no need to buy new things. Just make sure that the things that you're keeping work. And if you want a little twist, paint the walls, paint the desk, do something different. And of course, your chair should be comfortable. Make small changes and it will make a difference. Now, I wanted to talk about color, textures, and heights. Heights, especially when I talk about plants, but colors, I am not going to go with the whole spectrum of colors. I'm just keeping it simple. So pick a color and use different hues of that color. If you don't want to paint because you're renting, or if you really feel overwhelmed with color, just add plants, and those plants are going to be the color and that they are going to stand out in your space. I put an example here of a green chair because you can go with those tones. Textures, of course, plants are the best example for textures. Textiles, you can use rugs, cushions, covers for winter, everything that you like, maybe in the color you like. Materials, my suggestion is to use natural materials so you can keep that natural vibe that we want, and they're going to make you feel also like more grounded and cozy. Heights, we want a space that has like different interests, points of view, so that your eye will go, around the room We don't want anything that's flat and boring, so we want points of interest, and that is why we are going to use different plants height. If you start with just 2 plants that are the same height, so you can put one on the floor and one on a desk, coffee table, or a bookshelf, and that is when you're going to go, like this with your eyes, and that is going to be more interesting. The more different leaves and the more different shapes that you use in your room, the more natural it's going to look your space. I wanted to show this because this has like a leathery leaf with red veins, and the one on the back, it's more like pointy with a clearer green, like different shapes. That one is showing the wood. So many things that you can do with plants, and it's going to look more natural and it's going to make you feel good. You can also use dried leaves and cuttings from trees or other plants when you have smaller spaces, or perhaps you don't want, there's a room that you pass by so much and it's not worth it to put a plant, so you can totally use other natural things. Accessories can be also part of the decoration. I was saying, like the computer, your keyboard. I don't know what is it that you use, but to work, for example, I like to draw on my computer, but I also write down with the pen and paper. So my pens are pretty for me, and they are with the color that I like. And that way, when I stop working and I come to work the next day, because I also work from home, things are going to look organized. Even if it's not organized, my desk, but they are going to feel good and feel pretty because I am using things that I really love. Okay, I wanted to break this into 4 steps so it's easier to digest. To organize your your space, you're going to first identify what you're going to keep. As I said, the basics: a chair, a desk, and a bookshelf. And whatever that you use to keep, I don't know, your papers or other things, that is okay, but the basics are just 3, and make sure that those things work. If you don't like how they look, paint it. You don't have to spend that much to organize or make your space feel good. And you can also move around the things. Try it for 1 season, 2 seasons, and then if you don't like it, you will change. Nothing has to stay like that forever. Step 2, organize your working tools. Cables, please. I know you work with many things. Do not leave your cables around because they don't look pretty and they can be messy, and that will make you feel a little bit messy. As I said, the environment is changing the way we feel, and objects are very distracting, and cables can be distracting. Trust me, I live with a tech guy myself. So I'm talking for experience. Step 3, dismiss what you don't use. This is very important. This is the Marie Kondo thing I was talking to you earlier. Dismiss what you don't use, but also if you have things that you really love that you are not displaying, take them out of that box and use it as a decoration. I know many of you like to keep these. Like, just pick the ones that you really love, pick the ones that, I don't know, you met your partner with, and frame it. Do more interesting things with that, and just instead of putting it in a box. You can also do a collage, a mood board. Maybe you want to participate the next year. This is going to be inspiring if you put it in your desk or in your wall. Stickers. I don't see any computers, but I know you have a lot of stickers in your computer, and there's only a limited amount of space in that computer, so you can also frame it, like put all the stickers that you're interested, like contain it into something that would look organized, and frame it, put it in your walls. We want inspiration to feel motivated. Plants. It's time to add some plants. So something I didn't say earlier, when you're using plants, like the basic rules, you can break the rules whenever you want, but the basic rules is taller plants like these or upright plants will go on the floor. Medium-shaped plants will go in the middle of the space, in the middle height, on top of a table or a bookshelf, a coffee table, whatever it is that you have. And falling shapes of plants are going to go up. And that's how we are going to do like that visual of a space that it's harmonic and organized. Okay, another example here. I wanted to show you how different leaves can look more natural, and that is what I want. You are going to pick the different the plants, the better. Cuttings from other plants, tall plants. This is a very minimalistic design. Colors on the wall, colors over here too. And here you can see how your eye goes, you know, up, 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 or from up down. That is what we want. We don't want a flat environment and, you know, many things to decorate. It's whatever you would like to put. I brought a case study, so I wanted to let you know what I see when I'm organizing a space, so you can add it in your space too. So I picked this image. Let's assume those desks are going to stay there. That is the most functional way that they found because of the circulation. Let's say that they are going to stay that way. What else do I see? I see cables, famous. I see white tables. I see there's light here, right? So here is going to be our light source, and that is going to be our bright light area. This is going to be medium light, probably here medium to low light, and low light under the tables. For me, this ceiling is too low, but we cannot change that. We have art on the walls and just a few computers. It looks organized enough. So let's see two examples of whatever it is that you can do with that space. This is more like an urban jungle example. I put two plants with different shapes on the brighter side. The ZZ plant that I told you already, it goes well in low light. So it's going to cover those cables that I mentioned before, and it's going to stand very nice there. It's not going to happen anything to it. Cuttings of a monstera to make it more elegant and to give a little bit more height to that space. Some succulents. I like succulents, but they're not really like the star of the room, right? So you can use them to add some touches, but it's not the main star. And some falling plant over here. You can totally put a bookshelf over there, but again, this is a more urban jungle style. And over here we have a minimalistic style, just two plants and one cutting. And I really like this because the tallness of the plant make it feel like your eyes go up, so it would feel the ceiling will feel a little bit taller. It gives privacy to these two persons, and it's not very thick, so it's very airy, and you can still see whatever is happening on the other side, but you will feel a little bit more like I have a private space. Cuttings, just to give a different touch, and another plant over there that not necessarily the most pretty in terms of shape, but in terms of color, it's amazing. It's called Diefenbankia. If you want, I can give you the names after. So, as I said, you can use your elements of working as decoration, but use what you like to make it part of the decoration. For example, this person likes hats, and this person is decorating this space with hats. I know that working, like not all of us have the good luck to have a window and work seeing outside. So many of us have a wall, but you can totally write a mantra phrase that really inspire you, things that are going to make you feel good. And whenever you start your day, you sit there with your coffee and you're going to say, okay, I feel relaxed. Plants, of course, different textures over here, hanging plants. Please, 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 do not use the colors of your football team, whatever, please. Imagine your super team lost the day before, and you're waking up on Monday in the morning and you need to work, and everything that you'll be reminded is they lost, whatever. I need to speak to someone that is from the other team that won, and I don't want to do that. That's not really the goal here. This space needs to be like sacred for you, inspired, motivating, and it makes you feel good in your comfort zone. So this space is going to be all about you. You don't have a big space to have like a laptop and a screen. You can decorate as you want using only just a tiny desk. And here we have some dried leaves, as I said, that you can use to decorate. Another example, this is very nice, using like magazines or what I was telling you about, whatever that you keep that make you feel good, use it to decorate your space. And in my opinion, this space wouldn't look the same without the plants. So nature is going to be very important, and natural materials are being used, and it feels more cozy. Even this area that has a glass desk, it looks very, very cute, and it's very minimalistic. And here we have a mood board, which is also important when you want to feel inspired. Another example, so I picked small examples because I know we don't all have big houses. You can add lights, dried flowers, you know, everything that inspires you. This person probably likes red, just a couple of plants, anything that would like boost your motivation. And before ending this talk, I just wanted to say that when you're taking care of plants, just 5 minutes per day, it's like taking care of yourself. It's going to become a ritual, and enjoy it, savor it, like you deserve it. And this is like going to be like food for your soul. If we spend 5 minutes per day, at the end of the week, we've been spending 25 minutes per week just for us. And what is that? We spend 25 minutes scrolling, you know, in the bathroom on Instagram per day, or probably several times per day. So do it for you. Make it a ritual for you. If you want to find more examples of the home offices, I have them in Pinterest. And if you want to let me know if I inspire you, maybe you want to change your environment, send me pictures. If you have questions about the plants, I am on Instagram always, so you can have me find me there for sure. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. So you have any questions? Okay.
Let's just say you do live with someone who loves cables, loves them. Do you have any hot tips, any suggestions for how to hide those cables from someone who loves cables?
Yeah, I know cables is a thing, right, in this community.
You should.
So the first thing I would say is to, I don't know how to call that, but with a rubber, try to put them all together. That's the first thing. Using baskets or cute boxes, maybe cute. The cute part you would add it yourself, not the other person, right? On top of that cute thing, you can add a plant. Like hide it in a cute way. But the first thing for me would be like to tie them, to make them all together, and then you can start. Because if they are, you know, all the way around, it's going to be more difficult. So put them together at least.
Any more? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not directly related to workspace because like I always try to like how to decorate my toilet, but my toilet doesn't have a window. So
Yes.
Most of the time it's just like pitch black when no one is in the toilet. So what would you recommend? Fake plant or, you know?
Dried plants, nothing plastic, please. We care for the environment and they look horrible. So dried plants, you can find colorful dried plants, and it's their natural color. If you want, I can send you the names. Yes. And make them tall. I don't know if your bathroom is small, but make them tall, so make them stand. So your eyes will go to the pretty part and not to the other part. Good.
I have a question too.
Yeah.
Do you have a suggestion about what to do with like pretty delivery box? I get a lot of deliveries of from work, you know, like pastries, and they come in really beautiful boxes.
Yes.
And it's really a shame for me to throw them away, but I don't know what to do with them.
Right. Wow. It's a plastic cardboard. So as I said before, I don't like to keep things into cardboards. But for example, if it's a big box, you can put on top a plant. It could be the stool for the plant. I don't know how hard they are. If they are harder, the better. If they are not that hard, you can put your papers there. Like, use it for something that you really use. And if they are easy to open, the better. If not, then just to hide cables. See?
So, okay.
Oh,
How do we know when to water the plants and how much water to put in them?
tricky question. So stick your finger in the soil. If you don't, so I am a landscape designer, not precisely a gardener. So I like my nails to be clean. So I will put a chopstick. If the chopstick, like I put it very deep, and if the chopstick is dry, then it needs water. If the chopstick it's moist with a little, just like when you're baking cakes, if it has a little bit of dirt, maybe it's okay. But some of the plants, for example, snake plants, you can treat it like a cactus. So don't water it at all, and it will survive.
So thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.